Hi, this is time to do my Calamine Powder soap. And this is my portion of my zinc oxide and iron oxide. And this is my portion of zinc oxide with rose, kale, and clay. So there is a slight difference in the color of these, which I showed in my video prior to this one. And I would like to add them and mix them into my mold. So I'm going to use this tall and skinny mold here because I figure people don't need large bars of this. They just need a bar that's going to handle what they need it for when they have issues with itchy skin. I am going to put in a combination of spearmint and then lavender. I thought the lavender was soothing and the spearmint would be cooling, so that would be a nice combination of essential oils to put in there. So my lye water is a bit yellowy, as you can see, because it's 75% aloe vera juice and about 25% water. And I thought that the aloe vera juice would also be really good for the skin. So they're both in the low 80s, and I'm just gonna pour my lye water in there. And I'm going to just bring this to mixing it, not even to emulsion, because I need to mix after I put my powders in. So what I want to do is just pour along both of them along here. Get the rest of this out of here. I'm gonna take something to kind of push this together because it's wider in the middle, but I'm gonna take my chopstick and just go back and forth to try and get some kind of a swirl in there. That was quick, but that was it. And it's kind of overflowing the sides, so I've got to come up with a couple jars or something to set there to keep it together while it's saponified. I ended up putting a couple jars on either side here of this mold, and it actually is hard now. It's only been a few hours and it's nice and firm. So I'm excited to bring you back when I cut this in 24 hours. All right, it's time to cut the Calamine soap. This was the little tiny piece that I had made out of the very end of the batter, and this is actually the red oxide batter. So it turned out really pretty. And we're gonna do a lather test with this. I'm really interested in what's gonna happen here. I've made clay soaps before, but I don't know that I've made them with the amount of clay that I put in this. I did put it in the freezer because I wanted to make sure that it was ready to come out of my silicone mold. I did not use any sodium lactate in it. So we're gonna take this first cut. I'm just a little concerned it might be crumbly. It's definitely still soft. So this is the first bar, and it is kind of somewhat crumbly, but this is the configuration of the swirl. I was considering gelling it, but I ended up not. I like the colors. You can tell which ones are actually the red oxide versus the rose kaolin clay. Now see how that broke off of there? The edge broke. So we'll see. It's my very first attempt at Calamine soap. Trying to figure out a way to show the cut that is more spot on. Looks like we might have some white zinc oxide bits in there. When I'm thinking of doing this right now for y'all, it is indicative of the way I do things. I get an idea and I run with it, and I do a little bit of research, but I don't thoroughly research. Sometimes I can get myself into little pickles because of that. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this one in 2 slices. There they are. Next up, a lather demonstration, and this will be a fresh bar of the soap. I'm really curious as to whether I should have gone ahead and C-popped this. I'm also curious as to whether a hot process batch would be different. So if you guys have done hot process or you've C-popped your Calamine soap, if you've made Calamine soap, please comment below and let me know what you think about this process and how effective Calamine soap is. Okay, here is our little leaf, and we're going to see just how creamy or lathery this little Calamine lotion bar is. As I said, this is fresh. It still is somewhat soft, so this one's not going to last very long. But let's see what we get with our lather. Alrighty. Okay, we've got creamy. Definitely creamy. We're getting a residue of the calamine, so it might be because it is so fresh that that's happening. It's a little crumbly there, all of those little pieces. Let's do some major rubbing. Okay, so it's definitely a pink color and it's very, very smooth. There are not very many bubbles, and that might be due to the fact that it is actually brand new. But even though this is not a leave-on product, it's possible that you could let it sit on your skin and dry a little bit and be absorbed into whatever area you have that needs some soothing to help with the itch or of a bug bite or with poison ivy. Just an interesting concept, I believe, to think about it. Oh, here come the bubbles. Look at that. Okay, once we put some water on it, there's more bubbles. That's fun. So, that is my Calamine soap bar experiment. It's pretty cool. Definitely soft. It feels so soft on your skin. Thank you so much for joining me, and I trust that you guys have a blessed day. As a postscript comment, my hands now feel dry and like they're being drawn. I think because of the clays that are in there, so it sort of feels like it would if you would put a mask on your face and it would draw. So they are not soft right now. They feel a whole lot different than they did when they were under the water after I actually used this. So that's just one thing to think about. Have a wonderful day, and I will be with you soon. Bye.